You are all alumni of the University of East Anglia.
It's where dreams go to die, but I just need the cash.
And then you met David.
I still want to hear what David said.
David and the Oxsock were about truth.
I may be awkward, but I'm not a complete moron.
Oxsock.
It's all a bit sensitive.
Ramen.
Alicia Uwako.
It's pronounced Alicia.
One of my most valuable finances is based in Norwich.
I run an antique shop in Lowestoft.
I currently am living in a camper van.
Starpoint Games have moved down to Norwich.
David invited to take part in a great happening.
Have a run.
And that was when you cut your hand.
Do a bit of yoga.
Could you hook me up today?
You did not expect Sarah Moore to be the one who would bring you all together.
I do believe in foresight.
Alicia, how do you think Gary died?
He said he killed my Gary.
Give her a minute.
Let's try and keep our voices down.
Take a breath.
He heard about your poor Gary's death, and he used that as part of these mind games that he's playing.
Ray's right.
Tell us calmly what this is all about.
That's the shit that dreams are made of.
You see for a moment, it's almost like she looks a bit absent.
I did feel my palm itching slightly.
And you see someone step away from behind Eric Wilson in the reflection of her eyes.
If I whip round, is there anyone there?
Eric, you've not been well. I can see that.
No, I'm fine.
What's wrong with
He's
him,
got
Sarah?
cancer, hasn't he?
Fuck. I didn't know.
I might drop my gin and tonic glass and just smash it.
Need to use the bathroom.
Emoticon.
You pull the other eyelid down and it just starts to slightly pull away.
Yeah, she's definitely lying.
Anything to get you on side.
1895.
Stacey, I mean, they basically locked her up in a ward. I mean, oh my God, do you think this is about money?
I'm an accountant, an independent financial advisor. Everything comes down to money in the end.
This is about love, Eric.
Big deep breaths, let's get some fresh air, and we're gonna help you. We're gonna help you, Sarah.
And you push the arm of the cardigan up and you see a track mark.
When they told me Gary died, they never told me how the accident happened.
Her head just lolls slightly further forward again.
What reflections am I seeing in the windows?
I'm going to wait for them.
I am unwell.
I put my hand on his hand.
How would she know?
How would she know?
This motorbike crashes into a van.
Bridget doesn't know about any of this.
You see stepping out from behind the
I think
van
he's all right. I think there's enough people
a
there.
man in a tweed suit
Do I recognise him?
with gold-rimmed glasses.
Have I ever seen him before?
And then he looks straight at you.
We have to help. We have to see if we can help.
Gold circles. 2 gold circles.
Let me look for somewhere to pull over. And
Just drive. We've got to drive.
I put my hand over Sarah's
The
mouth
guy on the bike turns round
and with my other arm try and hold her still.
and it's Gary.
Gary! Gary!
The Apocalypse Players present The Moonchild by Paul Fricker, a 7th edition Call of Cthulhu scenario from the Nameless Horrors collection. Starring Dominic Allen as Alicia Jericho, Danan McAleer as Ray West, Jeannie Spark as Melinda Moody, Dan Wheeler as Eric Wilson, and Joseph Chance as your keeper of the arcane lore. By the time you get to the old Catton estate, it's 4:30. Sarah Moore's rather run-down looking apartment, ground floor entrance, 2 floors. It's a stack of blocked apartment buildings, not apartments I suppose, it's like a kind of house, but it's almost like a box. It just goes straight back. And there's a sequence of 4 of them, and then a gap with an alleyway that runs between, and then another sequence of 4 of them, and then a gap. There's Pebble Dash marking the alleyway entrances, and Pebble Dash on the walls.
Where dreams go to die. But you've reached 84 Herschel Crescent, Old Catton. And I think it's fair to say that you've arrived with a slightly new perspective on things.
84, was that Herschel Crescent?
84 Herschel Crescent.
And it's still about 4:30?
It was 4:30
Okay, thanks.
when you arrived.
Nice.
Still light, of course. It's before the clocks go back. Or is it? Hang on. 28th of October.
June. No, it's October.
July.
We're in June. It's October.
Yeah.
Is it before they go back?
They go
I think it's before they go back, doesn't
Where do they go forward? May?
they spring forward?
August, September.
They go
back.
back in
November, yeah, go back in November.
I'm pretty sure it's November. Anyway, it's a lovely evening, so it's still light, regardless of British summertime or
November.
British saving time, whatever.
October, I'll look it up.
I think along the way, there's a few thoughts kicking around in your mind, and I just want to sort of rewind for a moment for each of you as you travel towards Sarah's flat. Eric, the thought of the confidence trick is bothering you. There's just too many things not adding up. And as you're driving, you're well past the Aylsham Road, moving through what stands for an urban district of Norwich, your mind is well versed in this kind of thing where you're sort of trying to work out the maths of it. And it's just not adding up for you. If it is a confidence trick, it's not going very well either. But there's definitely things that you're missing. Mel, I keep calling you Mel. Melinda.
You can call me Mel, it's alright.
Well,
I think those moments of absence...
Just don't call me Linda. Don't. I don't like that.
Mel and Linda.
Those moments of absence, you think about the weird guy in the tweed, and you're thinking, it must have just been a weird guy in the tweed. It's an odd old part of town. Maybe it's some sort of... It's just a dude. Maybe he works in one of the historical buildings, and he's one of those weird guys, like a kind of... He likes dressing in 1930s, 40s clothes. Maybe 30s, 20s even. I don't know, it was really old-fashioned. Were they +4s? Did you get a glimpse of that? I'm not sure. One of the things that really sticks in your mind is the golden frames. And the more you think about it, they just become these sort of 2 golden discs. And that actually makes you feel slightly uncomfortable when you stop. But you have this sort of image of them as 2 golden discs, and it sort of seems familiar to you. You may have an idea why, or you may not. Alicia, your suspicion has been increased, and one of the things that... I don't know if you're chatting to Eric or not, but along the way, you remember feeling the thinness of Sarah's arm. Still strong. She was strong, and there was a resistance to you that surprised you as to how strong she was in that second. But also your hand slipped down because you were trying not to be too hard. You were trying to do it kindly as well as firmly, which, you did well. You did really well to do that. But as your hand went into hers, you felt the roughness of the scar in her palm. Which is the same. That's you too have that. Are you right-handed?
Yes.
Yeah. So yours is on your left hand too, and so you caught her with your right hand, and her left hand was trailing. Classic. You felt the scar in her left hand. Ray, as you're driving and you're making sure Raman's okay, and because he's been a bit overexcited about stuff like broken glasses and people shouting, and then this car was...
Yeah.
Is he nervous as a dog?
He's all right, generally. He's, I've trained him well. So, he's quite outgoing, likes people, but he's not aggressive. So, it will have shaken him up a bit. So I think, I've got him there next to me on the passenger seat. And obviously that involves you, and driving involves you as well, because you don't know the way that well, but you
You start getting some directions.
I think I knew the way to Catton, but I'm going to ask.
Sarah gives you directions once you're there, and but on the way, I think one of the things that's preying on your mind is that you were struck as well by how Eric was asking about Bridget, and Eric's words ring in your mind where he said directly, what time does David get back? I mean, should we go and talk to Bridget, or maybe I could call her?
Yeah.
And that was when things started to go a bit weird back at the cafe. And you always liked Bridget. There was always a bit of a chemistry there. In all truth, there was a bit of a chemistry there between you. She was really lovely at university. I mean, she's a lovely woman, but I mean, you haven't seen her since.
Yeah.
But she and David they had a special bond. And, it's no secret that they definitely slept together around there. But, David slept with quite a few people. You're particularly aware. You might even know a few people that he slept with that the others don't. Because you always had that sort of slight inside line to his... You were one of his, hey, Ray, you get things done.
That's true. Yeah.
And you were the one who was sat in the bar with him. He was saying, I feel like we need to elevate some special people. And you were the one who said, why don't we use a magical number? And have... How many did you suggest?
Well, it wasn't the 13, was it? It wasn't.
I don't know. How drunk were you?
Well, I think maybe I've gone back to that moment in my memory a few times, especially now I'm going through it because the pangs of guilt over if he has become this sort of quite monstrous figure and all the damage that's sort of crept out like, a vine from that moment. I realised I was under a spell to a certain extent. Can't remember. Was it just us? The sort of the main.
Was it just the two of you?
Well, maybe that's what I suggested in a moment of sort of selfishness and ego. Perhaps I did think I could be the right-hand man.
Did you say... Was it your idea? Did you say 13?
I think I did.
And I think you were sort of debating about this until at one point you nearly make a mistake driving and then,
oh, fuck. Sorry.
We'll be returning to that one.
Yeah.
So you're there outside 84. Sarah says... Oh, look, guys, would you mind? It's a bit of a mess inside. I wasn't really expecting you to come back. I didn't really think that through. Would you mind if I look? You could come in and just I think Sean will probably be in the front room, but could you just give me 1 minute and I'll just tidy it up?
Yeah, of course.
I'm saying that Ray still got there first in the car and Eric's pulled up just a few seconds afterwards. So I think Eric and Alicia, you see Sarah getting out. Maybe all of you getting out? I don't know. Melinda, do you think this is something that you would go with?
Can I give you a hand, Sarah? Do you want an extra pair of hands to... you won't shock me.
Oh, yeah, all right. Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
I'll come in with you.
I suppose so, yeah. I suppose so.
Come on here. And I think I put my arm around her and help her up to the front door.
So while you're going up there, okay, in which case I will can I have a spot hidden from Alicia, Ray, and Eric? But I'm afraid to say, Melinda, you're very engaged. So I think that's with a penalty die for you, so...
It's a very smooth drive, Eric. Is that...
Oh, a 1.
The mileage on this thing?
I am completely distracted by Alicia saying it's a very smooth drive, and I have fumbled. I've rolled a 98 on my 35 spot hidden.
I've also failed. I've an 83 on my 55 because I'm just so interested in the car.
Yeah.
The detail.
Thanks. It's quite new. I have it on hire purchase. I would have preferred to have bought it outright. I know it's not good value, but whoa! Sorry.
You want to be careful if you've got it on hire purchase. You want to make sure you don't get a ding.
Well, quite. I'm normally a very careful driver.
I know, Eric. You're a very good driver, very conscientious. I've noticed that. I don't think we even slipped above 20 there.
I mean, as much as I hate to interrupt this most scintillating of conversations.
No, but what?
So 2 fails, 1 extreme.
Yeah, I think because I've got Ramen on his leash and I'm sort of looking, but because it's a bit of a rough area, I'm probably really scanning the grass for any broken glass, anything like that, and sort of looking up at the buildings, you know, in that protective sense. So I'm sort of hyper-focused.
Well, it's a
on his
really good spot.
behalf, maybe.
And mine was a fumble, so presumably I have seen something.
Oh, sorry, I misheard that. Yeah. Oh, no, that's perfect. That is
Oh,
perfect.
yeah.
And just to check with Melinda Moody,
Extreme
with
failure.
her, an extreme failure. It's a fumble.
Catastrophic.
A fumble.
Yeah. Again, also a 98.
Oh, wow, 2 fumbles.
You've managed to get the heater to the exact temperature of human blood. It's very comfortable.
It's your second fumble. It's the second fumble on Spot Hidden, Jeannie.
Wow, ridiculous.
It's quite remarkable.
It's all right, thank you.
No, I mean, it's just really unlucky.
Wow.
I'm just amazed. And also
Really
for the
unlucky.
first roll of the
Really
session, it's really good. So, Eric, with your fumble, I'm going to go with you first. It's sort of 4 block houses, ground floor, first floor, square roof, nothing, so flat roof. Probably built in the late 70s. Really ugly buildings. And just on the right-hand side, 3 houses down, you're in the second house along. So 3 houses down to your right. In the alleyway, you see a hooded figure standing, and his pale face ducks back. But you know that move. That's a dealer.
Yeah.
Do you do anything or say anything in that moment, or?
Yeah, as we as we pull up and I catch a glimpse of that, I sort of park up. Say,
It looks like this is it. There appears to be just sort of standing outside, and I open the car door and say, "Are we? We're not going in. Are we? Waiting for something?"
I think you say that, and I mean, obviously it makes absolutely no sense because the 2 of them are walking away and they just ignore you completely. And I think you are totally distracted, and it doesn't make any sense. But you're outside of the car.
but Ray is not going in, right? Ray's.
No, Ray was just getting out.
Oh, I see. Okay, so we're not that far behind
He
them.
wasn't standing still. No, you were pretty close.
Fine.
Yeah, but you've got out of the car. Just while I'm dealing with that, Alicia, have you got out of the car as well?
Yes, I slowly get out of the car.
Yeah, you're on the roadside, obviously, so you're that little bit further away from the house. Ray and Eric are on the other side, on the pavement. I think Melinda's already halfway up the path. You see this figure leaning round Melinda Moody. It's like a teenager, like a kid, like he's wearing a hoodie, and he sort of snarls a bit and walks up off the alleyway. And you feel very exposed in that moment. You've been thinking about this guy, this weird guy who was watching, and then there's this sort of weird figure in an alleyway, and you worked really hard to find some inner calm, aside from the bottom of a bottle and dancing your mind out and losing your marriage. So this is a little bad psychological moment for you. Do you have the heart on you?
I do, yeah.
Is it on your person or is it in your bag?
It's in my bag, but I've got my bag over my shoulder, so...
And when you were fired for stealing the heart, they asked for it back, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. I said I burnt it.
And you'd lied.
Yeah.
But I think you very clearly remember in that moment when one of your friends, really, I suppose he was a friend. I mean, maybe he'd always had a little bit of a soft spot for you.
What, Steve?
So you called him Steve. That always drove him mad because, of course, he was Stefan.
Yeah, whatever. Steve.
Stefan Longueville.
Pretentious prick.
But Steve
Yeah, big Steve.
had asked you for coffee. He'd asked you for coffee. And you'd had that conversation with him. And there's that moment from that conversation, which we will go back to. But there's that moment from that conversation where he reached his hand across the table and said, I just don't want you to leave. Melinda, not like this. If you give me the heart, I will take it back. and we can make this go away. And what was it you said?
I said, I don't have it, Steve. I don't have it. It's gone. I haven't got a heart to give you.
And then you're at the front door, and she turns to you and says, "Look, I'm serious. Would you mind just checking in with Sean while I go in? Please don't come into my bedroom. It's just such a mess."
All right, yeah, okay. I'll stay in the front room with Sean. That's all right.
Thanks. I knew you'd understand.
Yeah, of
Just
course, don't
make sure the others understand.
No, it's all right. Don't worry.
And she sort of fumbles around with her keys, and she looks. You think you maybe see her glancing up at the alleyway as well, but there's no sign of that guy anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And she's opening the front door. Ray, you were a good few meters down the path, but you've let them have 5-10 yards space, and you see this drug dealing kid on the corner, and he ducks away like he's guilty as fuck.
Yeah.
You rolled a 1, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and as you're looking, you have the reaction.
Yeah. I mean, I think he's relatively liberal-minded. He knows it's a pretty downtrodden area. He's not the sort to like immediately grass anyone up.
You look down, and have you got some Maltipoo companion ramen?
I've got some bags.
Got ramen on the lead.
Yeah.
You see it in a sequence of astonishing connections. There's a slight dampness to the grass, and it glints, and then you see the heroin needle, and you see the dog going towards it, and you pull the dog back, and you look up, and you realise that is a drug dealer, that is a heroin needle, and it almost certainly is to do with the fact that maybe he was waiting for Sarah.
Yeah, because I saw the tracks, right?
No. But you just get this strong...
okay. But I make the connection anyway.
Strong connection.
Yeah.
Like she's lost loads of weight, she's got this tired look.
Which of us was it who saw the track mark?
I think it was me.
Alicia.
Yeah, of course.
Alicia.
Which I think she's implied to you, Eric, strongly in the car. There might be...
Yeah.
Also, I mean, like she did say, Sarah said,
Yeah.
I've been having a tough time of it.
On the heroin.
I mean, she's not been honest, but
Yeah.
it's pretty obvious that... Obviously, she also importantly psychically said that she understood
Yeah.
your cancer, Eric. And, and of course, Alicia, you had been talking to Alicia about that in the car in slightly more detail, but the other two of you do know that she considers it's been a psychic gift that she's been able to work out that Eric's got stomach cancer.
Yeah.
Which drove Eric into the bathroom.
Yeah. I think in that moment, I think Ramen's done his business, so I've got the bags out, I've picked that up, and as I'm tying it, I look down and I'm scanning around, I see the needle, and I think I yank him away on the lead, rougher than I usually would, just out of necessity. And maybe he sort of whimpers, and I pick him up, and I'm glancing down where I saw the guy head, and I put him in the papoose immediately. I'm not fucking about. And suddenly I'm quite angry because, it's not just a little weed dealer. This serious shit, and I realise the connection. He must have been waiting for her to come home, and they're leaving needles about, and I'm not sure who I'm more angry at, her or him, because I don't know who's left that there, but it's either way, I'm not a vigilante. I'm not going to chase after this guy, but it's certainly I think back to the cafe conversation, and I know the others have discussed this con artist, this confidence trick angle, and I was trying to ignore it, but there was something she said in the cafe that caught my attention rather, which was when she was sort of blurting out all sorts of stuff in this panic of whether to leave or not, and she said, really anything to get you all on board, or something to that effect, and it suddenly seemed quite disingenuous. It seemed like she'd maybe slipped up. And she also reacted very badly when Eric tried to give her some financial advice out of kindness, almost like the lady doth protest too much.
And actually, it was pretty good advice.
Yeah, and it was clearly from a good place. And her reaction being that vitriolic, mixed with the fact I now realise she's probably on heroin, she's probably down on her luck, she doesn't want to admit that. It's all lining up, and maybe the end game here is she needs money. but she's too ashamed to sort of come out and say it, so she's trying to trick us into giving it somehow. Maybe she's made all this up about David. Maybe, I don't know, but my mind's just filled with this, and I'm worried about her because of, it's a serious addiction, but I'm just mulling all that over, I think, and suddenly I'm...
And I think it's fair to say that you also, with the Extreme 01, you see Alicia...
Yeah.
Are you approaching the path, Alicia, or are you sort of hanging with Eric? Because Eric is stock still staring off at an alleyway right now.
I mean, if I noticed...
He said something to them, but it doesn't really make any sense.
If I noticed that, I'd probably talk to him over the roof of the car and say, Is everything all right, Eric?
Oh, yeah, of course. I was just thinking maybe, it looks like they're taking their time going in. Maybe I should just do a circuit of the block and see if size the place up, see if there's any sign of anyone hanging around watching the place.
Do you mean in the car?
No, I thought on foot. Maybe. What if David might be hanging around, keeping an eye on the place?
I should come. You shouldn't go alone.
No. Absolutely, I should go on. My own.
I'll come with you. That's a good idea.
No. Because I think you could say that I had another funny turn, like in the cafe, and I just needed a bit of air. And actually, I know you can look after yourself, of course, Alicia, but I just wonder whether, it might be safer in case, this isn't a very, I don't know how well you remember this bit of Norwich, but old Catton is...
That's what I'm saying, Eric. You shouldn't be going around on your own.
Oh, no, look, Alicia, I do know how to look after myself, I know.
You've got cancer, Eric.
Could you give me a power roll, Eric?
Anything to shut them up. That's a fail. Not quite a fumble, but it's a fail.
Yeah, you need to follow him right now. That's a physical compulsion to follow that guy.
Listen, you do what you want to do, Alicia. Alicia, you do what you want to do, but I'm going to go.
He starts walking away whilst talking.
I follow him, trotting to keep up with him.
Yeah. So Alicia starts following. She's trotting.
I think I shout over my shoulder if I see them leave. I just say, "Careful on the grass. There's needles."
Well, Ray, I think you watched this. You watched this. You're saying careful, but also you're just watching this madness. Like, what are they talking about? He's backing away. She's trotting after him. They're not even trying to come up the path now.
Yeah.
I think you look back as the last bastion of sanity.
Oh, Christ.
As Melinda, could you give me a power roll as well?
Oh, wow. That is a 4 on a 60. Boom!
Hello.
Right. Well, in which case I'll give you a choice. So obviously this woman is lying to you, right? But there's something going on. The last time you thought about the heart without being prompted, some bad things happened to you.
Yeah.
You'd never made that connection until now. Mm-hmm. There's either a story here, which you could write, or maybe there's something hidden in this house.
Okay.
You choose which one of those two you're going to go for, but boy, oh boy, you're going to go for it.
Something hidden in this house.
Right. And the door is open for you as she sort of sneaks in, and she goes straight into the front room, of course. There is a 9-year-old boy on the sofa playing a computer game. Joystick in his hands, and there's quite a large plasma screen in the corner. It's one of those small houses where there's just nowhere to... Like, there's shoes scattered along the side, and that's it. You see girls' shoes, sort of 16-year-old, 15, 16, 17-year-old, quite fashionable trainers. And then you see some women's shoes scattered.
That'd be Angelica.
It's one would assume. And then you see the boys' shoes just sort of kicked off. The place is covered in signs of snacking. Kids obviously been snacking. Mm-hmm. He barely breaks his stride, looks up at you, kind of goes, "Oh, new person," looks back at the screen. There's an explosion, a riot of pixels annihilates something's brain.
Watch out, Jeannie. He's 9. He's probably a cunt.
Almost certainly.
Of all the ages. Of all the fucking ages.
All I'm going to say is, I'm changing nothing. Yeah. Usually Joseph changes shit ton. He's written as 9. He's written as 9.
What are the chances?
Good.
Fricka wrote it, not me. There is a fireplace on the right-hand side. There's a door dead ahead, and she heads straight for it. And she says, "Sean, this is my friend. This is my friend Melinda. You've been nice to her, okay? She's going to stay with you just for a moment." And he just goes, "Sure, Mum." Doesn't even look at her.
Okay.
She kind of casts a sort of face back at you as if kids, but you barely buy it. And there's something about the speed with which she's moving. You know, if you hadn't had a fumble outside, I'd let you have a psychology roll, but you're just a bit, too distracted.
Okay.
But anyway, you are inside, the door closes, and you're in there with Sean.
Yeah, okay.
Cut back to Ray, who is on the path and overheard a little just whispered of like, "Would you tell her? Would you tell them?"
Yeah.
And obviously she didn't. She just went straight in. She's just gone straight in with them. So, but I think you overheard enough to know the whole picture.
Yeah. And I feel like, and also these two, they're off.
The other two appear to be on some kind of weird mission off to the
marching
alleyway.
away. I mean, they're adults.
You obviously you saw the guy.
I think I do shout over, quite loud, maybe louder than I need to. "Careful! There's needles on the grass." In a way, sort of admonishing any drug dealers that might be nearby, but also trying to warn them.
I curse under my breath. Fucking idiot.
The sound bounces off the pebbled ash of the houses opposite, the identical houses opposite. The sky has turned quite grey ever since that conversation in the car park.
Yeah.
It was quite bright earlier today. Forecast's supposed to be nice for the weekend.
Yeah. How far away are they? Could I jog over and catch up with them?
Yeah, you definitely could.
Because I've got one eye on the door, which I assume is still sort of half, not half open, but I'm assuming they're
She
not
said,
locked.
"Give me a minute." I mean, she said, "Give me a minute."
So
there was no sound of locking, but it could be that I'm like, Melinda's in there, so you've got a woman on the inside.
And I know Melinda can take care of herself.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
So I think I do jog after them, just because in that last moment, I think maybe they didn't see that guy, and he could be dangerous. I mean, if he's a heroin dealer, I mean, I don't want them getting mugged. So I check Brahmans in his papoose and I say, "Guys, wait a second," and I sort of jog after them.
Now, Alicia, I feel like there was a fumble by you, so I feel like you do have the agency to catch up to Eric if you want to run up to him. But how fast are you going?
I'm keeping pace with him, for sure.
Yeah. Okay, so he's just that little bit ahead of you, but you're not sort of running right up next to him?
No, not yet.
In which case, I'm going to say that the three of you essentially are heading towards the alleyway, and Ray, if you want to catch up, you're going to have to properly
My
run.
move rate is only 6.
Yeah. I think I will.
Okay.
I mean, no harm in it.
Yeah. So
That's mine.
I'm afraid to say, Eric, you've got company. The three others, not including Melinda, but including Rahman, are with you at the alleyway entrance.
And if I get a chance, I do just whisper, when I catch up, just go, "Listen, I saw a bloke. He looked like I think he's probably a dealer or something. I just wanted to give you a heads up.
No.
Because I don't want you getting mugged or anything, Jesus."
Oh shit, a dealer.
Do you do it like that? Because I might have to do a psychology roll.
Could Alicia and Ray do a psychology roll?
A dealer. I do.
Actually, I tell you what,
not
Eric.
a fucking dealer.
Eric,
My kryptonite.
Eric, could you give me an acting roll? You've got 1% acting, right?
Oh, you never
What I've
know.
got. Yeah, nothing to the base. No, almost a fumble. No, 94. This is going well.
Annoyingly, I've rolled a 15 on my 10 psychology, the base.
That is
Distressing.
I don't think it's worth spending the luck on something.
I've rolled a 43. My psychology's not going to be it.
Amazingly, he got away with it.
He's acting a bit weirdly, but
Yeah.
also I think that's the moment, Ray, where you sort of look around and this is quite squalid, and you see the alleyway behind. I think all three of you see this, obviously. There's bin liners and a couple of classic old black, really nondescript bins. Not even the kind of classy ones that you not classy, but not even the modern ones that you open the thing and put. It's just like classic old circular,
Yeah.
almost like
Dustbin.
they're made of old tires, dustbins.
Yeah.
And they sort of scattered down, and then you get a bit of vegetation at the other end, and definitely a fence that's overgrown with stuff, and it gets a bit blurry at the far end. And the absolute reality of it, Ray,
Yeah.
gives you the opportunity to increase your sanity because you rolled a 1.
Oh,
I am.
You're very
Bloody
much
hell.
in the real. So could you give me a sanity roll?
yeah. Lovely. Love to. I got a 13 on my 60, so no. But I'm in the real. I think I get
You're very
that
much
sense.
in the real.
I know I'm lucid, which is a good thing.
I think I interpret my failure on psychology
Oh, yeah.
and as Eric's awkwardness there to Ray, I interpret as Eric's class consciousness. So I turn to Ray and say, just because it's a young man in a hoodie doesn't mean it's a drug dealer, Ray. It could just be a local teenager. They probably don't have much to do round here.
Oh,
There's probably no youth club.
I know, Alicia. I'm not one to judge.
No, I'm just saying.
But there's needles all over the grass round there.
Oh, well,
And he looked very, very much on edge. He looked like it. I'll be honest with you two. I think he was waiting for Sarah.
Well, do you want me to go and have a word with him? I'll ask him. We'll just find out.
I don't think that's a good idea. I mean, he might have a knife or something.
wait a minute. If he is a drug dealer or a user,
Yeah.
he might be the...
Did you just have a moment?
Wait a
I just
minute.
had a moment.
Wait a minute.
I just had a moment of our listeners being like, is this what people sound like in the UK?
normal for Norfolk.
Some of
A
them.
normal accent.
It's nothing like... Well, yeah, I mean, fair enough. Yeah.
One more normal day.
Yeah, I just have to take it.
To be fair, if he's a drug dealer or a user, because it's not in the if you're saying he looks anxious, nervous, he might have been a user. It might be Sarah who's dealing. Nothing is impossible.
This isn't a Labour Party conference, Alicia. I know this stuff. There, Rob.
Well, but what I'm saying is, he might be good to talk to because he probably hangs around. He might know who the man is who comes round, and if there's, if he does come round, what's his face? The man who brought us all together.
David Barber.
David. No, I agree, Alicia. There's all sorts of things we can find out from this guy. I just think you should let me go and speak to him. Well, I'll just go and
I
speak
think we
to him
should all
now.
speak
You
to
guys
him together. It's very dangerous if he is a hardened drug dealer and Ray's right.
I don't understand why we're confronting this person,
We're not-
whether he's a hardened drug dealer or not.
We're not confronting him.
What
we
do we
absolutely shouldn't.
Are we buying drugs?
Well, fuck it. We fucked it now. What's the point now? We fucked it. Let's just go back to the house. We fucked it.
Why don't we pretend to buy drugs? Why don't we do that? Because then,
What are we doing?
How are you talking?
Find some. Have a
This
nice
is
time.
mental.
if we confront him, he'll get defensive. But if we go in and say, hello, we're not from the police, we've got a friend who's in trouble, and I'm sure you've got friends in trouble too.
That's a fantastic idea, and that's an excellent idea. And I think probably I should take the lead on that. We shouldn't all go in together. And no one's going to believe the three of us have gone to buy some Chang. Some hard Class A drugs of whatever variety he sells. But if I go on my own,
I'm happy to negotiate. I often have difficult negotiations on the antiques fairs.
Listen, Eric, if you want to go chat to him, I've got to be honest, you're both acting like fucking nutcases. But if you really want to go and talk to a drug dealer for some reason,
I'm sweat pouring down my face.
I'm not going to stop you. But I'm not going down there.
Nutcases?
Just keep your phones on, yeah?
Eric, could you give me a spot hidden?
Got a dog in a papoose.
The other two of you could give me a spot hidden with a penalty die.
Fuck it.
Okay.
You know it's got its own legs.
I've failed, but
Ooh, that's a 96.
I feel like I am looking for this guy, so I'm tempted to push it.
Yeah, I definitely allow a push for you.
Sorry, Joseph, was that with a penalty
With
die?
a penalty die, I'm afraid, yes.
96 for me, though.
No, it's good. I've still succeeded. 52 on my 55. Spot hidden, right?
Yeah, spot hidden.
Fucking yes. Finally. Finally, my life's turning around.
With a penalty die, nice. 96, was that a fumble?
And what, has Dannon got a fumble?
Well, my spot hidden's 45.
And you rolled a...
96 is a fumble.
96, yeah.
Yep, okay.
Oh, it is just, yeah.
I think I am going to push it. I think I push it by just saying,
Look, what's the point in hanging around here? I'll just go and have a look.
and I just sort of dart a little way down the alleyway. I kind of push past them both quite rudely.
Easy.
Oh, well. That's fun, isn't it? Push roll. I rolled 100.
Fuck a doodle-doo.
What is going on?
It's very high rolling, guys.
That's the full fucking gamut of disasters.
So, well, you gave me the gift. So if it's all right with you, as you step past, you feel this intense pain in your foot, and you lean on Ray, and you push Ray over.
Fucking hell.
Now, what did you do with the needle, Ray?
No.
Oh, I didn't pick it up.
You didn't.
because I was
You didn't
picking
pick it
up
up.
ramen.
Yeah,
I'd kept
just
an eye
check,
on
just
that
check.
area of.
Okay.
Yeah.
Didn't pick up that needle.
Yeah.
No.
So Ray, you gets pushed over.
Yeah.
Fuck, sorry.
Alicia also gets pushed back, and as Alicia gets pushed back, weirdly, that just gives her just a tiny extra little angle down at the alleyway. And you see this face. It's got long dark hair, pale face, long dark hair, and it looks around the alleyway. Looks quite young. I mean, like a teenager, you realise now.
Wait a
when
minute.
you first saw it. And then it just disappears down the alleyway.
It's a goth.
Does it look like the face I saw in the cinema bar?
Does it? Long dark hair.
Check your real face.
Could it have been wearing... Could it...
Rasputin.
I think the hair on your arms pricks up, and that's why you don't notice as Eric pulls away, and he's got this needle stuck through his shoe, and he holds his foot up, and Eric's got this needle on his shoe. Ray's gone straight down on his coccyx,
Yeah.
and you just hit something hard,
Oh, fuck.
and it really hurts.
Ugh.
And this sort of Keystone Cops classic from the Apocalypse
motion.
Players in slow motion occurs, where you've hurt your back for a hit point of damage, Ray West.
Yeah. Yeah, it makes sense. I could have fallen better, but I was protecting ramen, so I had to go straight down on the coccyx. you know.
Eric Wilson, a freakish hypodermic needle is in your foot.
Is it in the foot?
Yeah.
It's not just in the shoe. Oh no! Oh no!
That was the intense pain. It sort of slipped in through the nice Italian leather somehow. Surely impossibly.
Oh, shit.
And Alicia, you've seen this figure, and we'll cut back to Sean's sat there. He's pale. He's pale. He's got very short hair at the sides. He's done something with gel in the top, but it's a bit of a mess. He's possibly a little bit overweight, you'd say. Maybe too many snacks in the afternoon. I mean, it's 4:30.
Well, I know that. Yeah, I know that problem.
Run after me on her.
You're right, Sean. What are you playing?
Call of Duty.
All right.
Like you're interested. He doesn't look at you.
How's your evening been?
Why is he
What have you
making
been
that
up to?
insectoid noise?
I know, it's weird. It's horrible, isn't it? You've been playing this since you got off school.
Okay, now he does look at you. Are you a friend of my mum's?
Yeah. We went to uni together back in the day. Yeah, I knew your mum when she was about 20.
Okay. You see him studying you, and if I mean, you're pretty sure he's probably trying a psychology test on you. And his face creases up and goes, "No, you weren't.
Yeah, I was.
No, you
Go
weren't."
and talk about Oxsock to you.
His whole focus was going back, but that way in which children do, the weirdness of what you said sort of draws his. It's not that he recognises it, but you've drawn his attention. What's an Oxsock?
Oxsock. Oh, well. What do you know about magic, Sean? I'm not talking about rabbits out of hats. I'm not talking about getting handkerchiefs out of your pocket and rainbow doves flying.
He rolls his eyes,
I mean-
looks back at things and says, "You're a friend of David's."
Yeah, I am, yeah. Do you see much of him?
Sometimes.
Yeah? Have you seen him? Have you seen him this week? You seen him today?
Oh, no. Oh, you.
Sean,
Oh.
Are you alright?
Sorry, yeah, I was just. Missed that loot case.
Oh, sorry. Didn't mean to make you miss it. We were talking about David. Have you seen him this week? Me and your mum
What
are-
are you, a journalist?
I am, as a matter of fact, but this isn't for a story. I'm just interested. David was a mate of mine from back in the day as well. I'm catching up with my friends. I just wondered if he's been around.
He pauses the game
Ooh, that's a breakthrough.
and looks at you and goes, "Go into my room." And
Okay.
and
All right.
goes out through the door. He turns, I think, your journalistic senses, he turns right, immediately out the door. And you hear someone running down the stairs. He's going upstairs, you realise. And you're pretty sure the person running is Sarah.
So they're crossing on the stairs.
By the sound of it.
Yeah.
Because you hear her. Are you all right, darling? Go to my room. Are you not enjoying your game? She stops on the stairs. You can hear all this. The door's open. He goes, I don't care. You hear a door slam. And you hear her going back up the stairs for a few brief moments. As if she might be stopping on the stairs. And then says, what do you want for dinner? Nothing. No reply. Are you going to do anything? Or are you just going to wait there?
Yeah, I'm gonna have a look around the room quickly. If there's a bookcase, I'll scan it. If there's stuff on the table,
yeah, you give me a. You can either do a spot hidden or you could do a psychology.
oh,
Spot hidden would be you sort of leaping in and just searching and just like going. Right.
I'm going to do spot hidden because I think that's more journalistic, isn't it?
Whereas psychology would be you like sort of taking stock and kind of being like a detective, or, kind of like, what do I see in this room? What do I really see? Your choice.
Psychology. 22 on a 30. Smack my ass. Awesome.
No pictures on the walls. Only thing of value in the room is the TV. There's a rug down, that's it, for decoration.
Okay.
Fireplace, you can see some dust around some things that could have once been there that have all gone. There's a cardboard box which is unopened. Looks like a moving cardboard box, which is next to the 3-seater sofa that the kid was lying on. There's a chair as well, and the curtains are drawn.
Cool.
You see a school bag over by the corner, by the shoes, that you missed on entry. Just a little satchel. And there's some post tucked behind it.
Yeah, I'm going to go for the bag and the post, please.
So you do a kind of rifling search through that as you hear her coming downstairs. The thing that you see is bill payments.
Yeah, okay.
Unopened.
Red ink on the envelopes.
Some red ink.
Yeah, okay.
In the school bag, you see a warning notice regarding attendance.
Oh, shit. Oh, depressing. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Cool. And I push it all back again, quickly.
And just in time as the door opens and Sarah comes in and her eyes are so bright. And she goes, oh, thanks. I feel a bit better that I've cleared up a bit now. Do you want to come through? I think the kitchen's okay. I'll make you a brew if you like.
Okay, yeah. A brew of what? A witch's brew?
Possibly not.
Eye of newt and leg of toad.
Iron brew.
Iron brew. And
I'm brewing vodka,
Like a-
jelly shots. Let's go.
Yeah, great. Couple would be great. Let's go through. I'm sorry about Sean. I didn't mean to scare him off his game. I think he was just, grown up stuff.
Oh, kids, they're just so difficult, aren't they?
He's lovely though.
And you go through to the kitchen, as you say. He's lovely though. Which we cut back to the alleyway.
I'm running after the man I saw.
Yeah.
While there's all this disarray, I have to know if he was the man from the cinema.
Yeah.
So I sprint down the gully.
Yeah. Good. Well, in which case,
Probably careening off the fences as I go.
so this is walls all the way up. These are two houses on the side. And then,
Yeah, lovely.
And then, so as you're going, so you're having to negotiate a few. So if you're sprinting,
Knocking pebble dash.
I am going to ask for a.
Acrobatics.
I'm going to ask for a dexterity. Just on the off chance, since everyone else is rolling 100. Let's see.
Let us see.
Who? Me?
No,
Oh,
not you.
yeah.
Dexter.
You're hurt.
So I'm
You're on
on
your
my
ass.
arse.
It's so unfair
Yeah.
that Ray, in that moment, brilliant observation. His
Yeah.
reward is
Okay, it's going a bit wrong. So I'm going to push the roll.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm excited.
Oh, here we go.
I feel my ankle sort of start to roll, and I think, no.
Oh no.
So
Not today.
I steady myself on a bin, but in so doing, throw the bin out the way.
I love it.
Keep sprinting as hard as I
Yeah,
can.
almost using it to propel yourself forwards.
Yeah, exactly.
I've done that with bollards. Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful like a gazelle in full flight.
Fantastic. That's an 8. That's an extreme success.
Oh, perfect.
8-legged gazelle.
When you pick the right bin, there's something really weighty in it, and it really holds, and you sort of push off,
Chops up kids.
Body.
box.
Box bodies piled up.
and you sprint to the end, and you see this figure moving much less quickly. I mean, it's really underestimated. He's really underestimated you. He's sort of loafing, jogging along. He might be 16, maybe. Maybe a little bit older. It's difficult to say. He's sort of skinny, and he sort of looks around in horror. It's just at that distance that you just can't quite make out the facial features. Very pale, sharp-nosed, dark eyes, very long dark hair, this hood up. He's got quite dark clothes. There's some kind of logo on his t-shirt, some kind of, I don't know. These kids today, they all have sort of weird icons. Like, I don't know, is it some kind of, it looks a bit like tentacles maybe coming down out of clouds or something. You're not sure. Or maybe someone vomiting, or maybe a tongue coming out of the mouth. You're not sure. So, anyway. He turns and runs and then ducks into the house, the third house on the left.
Excuse me, I'm not from the police.
Rings off the pebble dash. And the other two of you hear this
Fucking hell.
as you're getting up. Ray, you can see there's this hypodermic needle with a broken off end
Shit.
Oh, right.
sticking out of his foot.
Right, stay still.
Shit. Fuck, get it out.
Yeah, give me 2 seconds. Calm down, Ram. It's all right. Just hold still. Hold your foot up.
Well,
Is it going to be like a...
And I do. I kind of lean against the wall and hold my foot up best I can.
thought it was a cancer. It's a sepsis. It gets him.
I take another doggy back out of my hand and sort of wrap it,
Clever.
my hand in the doggy bag as if it's a surgical glove, and I sort of
Nice and slippy though.
want to grab.
But yeah.
Yeah, but I don't want to grab the needle end, obviously. Is it pointing which direction is it going through?
So it's gone in through the leather somehow. It's just like a tiny break in the leather there.
Yeah.
In the side of my shoe, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the side of the shoes. Freakish. It's really freakish.
Yeah. Right, hold still. I want to try and
Pull it out.
pull it out.
You don't have to roll.
Is that first
Yeah.
aid or is it just... Okay. I mean, I pull
There's
it out
a nerve-
straight and I chuck it to the side.
Oh, fuck, these are gruntsome loafers.
There's a nerve-wracking moment, and you see just there's that. It's the point where the toes of the foot have bent, and there's just a tiny crack in the leather, and it must have just been sat very oddly, and you just sort of swept into it as you pushed them over, or pushed him over.
Bollocks.
Oh, shit.
Well, that was... What is she doing? We're going to have to get you to A&E, mate, because we got to get that checked out. You can't... I mean, it could have HIV, it could be... I don't want to panic you, but we should just be on the safe side. What is she doing down there? We're going to have the whole estate after us.
Look, we don't... It can wait. We don't have to... I'll go tonight. That'll be fine. A couple of hours.
Well, sooner the better, I mean, with these things, but...
Fuck it.
What is... Can we still see Alicia down the alleyway as I sort of get...
I don't know, Alicia. Did you stop dramatically in the T junction, or did you run immediately?
If I saw the house, I'm going to go and knock on the door.
I think as you look, you see her go.
So we see which direction she...
Just see her. So she's turned left. Yeah, from your perspective.
Jesus Christ. What was all that about? I mean, it's a drug deal. Why are we chasing drug dealers? Doesn't make any sense. What were we hoping for? What's she doing?
I was hoping for fucking drugs, to be honest.
Right. Okay, well...
There you go. Now you know.
Okay, good. I'm not going to judge you, but, I mean, surely you can get them from somewhere more reputable. What is it you're on, like painkillers?
Well, I was going to stop at Mecca Bingo on the way.
Does that help ease the pain? Or?
More reputable?
No, that's weird. Apparently that's where you can score around here, but
Right.
with the accident, everyone just got carried away and we ended up here and just... I saw that guy. And,
Mate, I didn't know.
oh, Ray, I fucked it.
Mate, I'm sorry, I didn't know.
I fucked it. Fuck my whole fucking life.
What is it? What is it that you're on?
Well, I'm not fucking nothing for 9 years. I've been clean 9 years.
Well, don't fuck that up now, mate. Jesus Christ.
So I think you hear yourself say that, Ray, and you hear John Vinacor's head in your mind, voice in your head. Roll Sam.
He's got an enormous head as well.
The sniper's dream, we used to call him.
You hear John Vinacor's voice in your head, who you haven't really thought about that much, but you were friends.
Yeah, we were.
Sometimes you wondered if he might have wanted it to be something more than that.
Yeah. We never talked about it, I don't think, but you get that vibe.
But you remember how good he is at talking to people who have compulsive issues.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you hear what you've just said, and you go, and you see this sort of glazed expression on Eric's sweating, pale face, and you just see one of his eyes looks a little loose, slightly in that moment.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
In his face.
And I think, God, if only I'd chosen to be John this morning. Oh, well. What does that mean? I don't know. You're right, mate.
When it all hung in the balance.
Mate, we'll get you to A&E, okay? Like, we don't have to talk about this. I'm not very good with this stuff, but I'm not judging you. I didn't know.
Yeah, I know. Just sometimes I wish I was Maggie or something.
Yeah. I know the feeling, weirdly. Listen, we need to get Alicia. Where the fuck has she run off to? Why is she chasing a 16-year-old who's probably got a shiv down his pants? Doesn't make any sense.
No, we should catch up with her.
Well, we should, but we've left Melinda in. Yeah, I suppose that's the main thing. Are you all right? Can you walk?
Yeah.
Right. Okay, but
doesn't hurt too much.
We're going to A&E after this, and I'm not going to hear any words about it. All right, let's go.
Yeah, you're right, yeah.
So there's gates along the back alleyway, Dom, and you're pretty sure that this kid has gone into the third gate along. Do you want to...
Well, I'll certainly go and put my head over the gate.
It's tall. You'd have to climb it. Yeah,
in that case, is the gate open?
Right, so you try the gate, yeah?
Does it go into someone's back garden? Is that what...
It looks like they all go into back gardens, yeah.
Oh, okay, that's a bit invasive, isn't it?
Well, I tell you what, give me an idea. No, I tell you what. What's your intelligence?
Well, I might knock. Huh?
What's your intelligence?
60.
Yeah, that's good enough. Like, you're pretty sure this is Sarah's place.
Oh. I sort of do a double take and go, what the fuck? And then I try the gate.
Yeah, it's locked, or appears to be.
Fuck. I'll bang on the gate. Sarah?
So, Melinda, you are... lads, you're going down the alleyway, obviously, and carefully.
May I ask a question?
Please do.
You don't have to answer it because it's a bit meta. Because obviously I am not experiencing what Dom's experiencing. But just to be clear about this, yes, because it's exciting as a player. Has he just got turned? She sort of got just turned around, and it could quite literally be Sarah's place, or has suddenly space and time?
No, it's the back of Sarah's place. He's done a rectangle.
He's done a little loop. Okay.
There's no test required. It's just like if you'd had under 50 intelligence, I would have made you make a test.
It's not like it's gone in a straight line.
60's fine. You're smart enough to go, oh, hang on a second. I think I might just be at the back of the same building that I was just outside the front. Not quite got to the front door. But yeah, no, it's a valid... In this mad world, it is a very valid question.
And definitely a boy, teenager. If you're saying 16, Angelica is about that right age. She would be going back into the house.
Long hair.
The hood
I
up.
think the keeper never said a boy. Never said a boy.
Said they, didn't we?
And I think Alicia may have said he, the boy, but
if they got a hood up.
Yeah, because that's what I assume.
That's what I remember hearing.
Definitely a dealer, right?
There's that class consciousness again.
Wheeler dealer.
So, Melinda, you go into a kitchen which is pretty sparse, and it meets the same breakdown as, except without the cardboard box. Actually, see, there's no cardboard box in this room. You get this definite sense of there's only the basics in here.
Nothing decorative.
Nothing decorative.
Okay, yeah. She's going to make me the witch's brew.
Oh, I like it, yeah.
Yorkshire Gold and pig's blood.
Every time she wants to make me a cup of tea, this music comes on. It's very sinister.
Would you like a cup of tea?
No, actually, no. I'm all right, thanks.
Imagine if that happened at home.
Melinda Moody.
Hello.
She sort of she's going around the kitchen at 1,000 miles an hour, going, "I'll just get you. I'll get you this cup of tea. Do you take milk? And was it sugar?
Sarah, what have you taken?
What?
You've just taken something, haven't you?
What?"
When we got to the house,
She freezes.
You were in a bad way. You were in a bad way. You were sweating. You were all over the place. And now you're all bright-eyed and up. You know, there's no judgment here. I've taken stuff in my time, but what are you taking? Are you all right?
I just... She it's a classic Formica-covered table in the centre with 4 chairs around. And she just sort of sits down on one of the chairs and starts crying. Oh. And says, "I'm sorry, I really needed something to pick me up, you know? I get into a cycle of up and down and
Okay. No, I understand. I've been there. I thought
Angelica's supposed to be here and she's not here, and I get worried about Sean if she's got...
Okay.
She's supposed to be back from school already and she hasn't been, and I just, you know...
Okay. But why don't I make you a cup of tea?
No, I've got to do that. I've got to make it for you. You're in my home.
You know, you don't need to, my love. I can make that for you. It's fine.
I mean, she gets up and she sort of gives you a half-hearted attempt at... Are you going to push the point, or are you...
No, I think if she really wants to, then, you know...
She sort of turns her back on you and sort of wipes tears away and sniffs loudly.
Oh, dear.
And says, "Was it sugar?"
Yeah, 2, please.
She gets some sugar, and she's sort of goes into the pantry to get that. She obviously doesn't necessarily have sugar in her tea, and the pantry is just on the right-hand side of the kitchen. There's another door that leads out into what looks like a scruffy yard. The last dying dregs of some grass are in one corner, and some pretty sorry-looking garden furniture, like an old pub table, outdoor beer garden table, and a few chairs.
And this is the back garden that I can see.
Yeah. Could you give me a spot hidden?
I could.
I'll tell you what, I'm going to give you a bonus die on this one.
Ooh.
Another fumble.
Don't even push your luck.
Because I feel like you've drawn some conclusions, so you're looking for micro details.
Yes, thank you. It's a 15 on a 35.
Nice. Very good roll. Okay, there's a few pictures on the fridge held up with magnets, and there's a place where a photo once was, and another photo once was, but they're not there anymore.
Okay.
They're sort of... I mean, the truth is, you can see them because of the dust.
Yeah.
And the dirt. But I mean, like, it doesn't look out of place in the context of the rest of the... You know, it's just... And obviously, you know, it's not filthy in here. It's not that clean.
Yeah.
By the way, you're also getting this slightly strange, sickly sweet smell.
Oh, where's that coming from?
It's just general.
Okay.
In the kitchen, you're getting this general sickly sweet smell. Not really. I mean, like...
Does it smell like rotting?
No,
rotting?
More like...
No.
Dead fox?
I was going to say.
More like rich petals.
Rich petals. Okay.
Condensed into a paste.
Okay.
And then potentially that could be, you know, burnt and reduced down to a resin, maybe.
Oh.
For example.
Okay, gosh.
If you like.
Sage.
That's the sort of imagery that we're going to play with. You know.
Okay.
But you're just thinking about those photos when you see down on the side, between the classic space between fridge, freezer, it's one of those tower ones, and the work surface cupboard. You just see the glint of a classic edge of a photograph.
Ooh.
Down by the side. But obviously she's got her back to you in the pantry, and she's saying, "I'm really sorry. I should have said that's what I needed. I'm out of the habit of being honest. I'm not like you and Alicia. You're just so strong. I guess that's why David always... Anyway." And she comes away and she sort of looks at you but looks away immediately and goes, "I've got some biscuits in here, I think. Angelica likes them.
That's okay. David always what? Come on, finish that sentence.
Well, he always trusted the two of you for other things, didn't he? Not like me and Bridget.
Other things. It's all right. Yeah, go on. It's all right.
So she trails off. She just sort of shakes her head. She's still got her back to you.
I'm going to reach for that photo, please.
What's your sleight of hand like? Or are you going to do this publicly?
Oh no, sleight of hand.
Yeah, I shouldn't be so leading, but I got the vague impression that maybe
It's a 30. May I roll?
you may. 30, nice.
Not too shabby.
It's a 6. Oh no, wait. It's a 9.
Hey.
Okay, good. So a hard success.
Very hard.
So she turns away, and well, you tell me. She's turning away. She can't look at you. She's making these cups of tea.
Yeah. She's got one of those big multi-packs of biscuits, those family boxes. That, you know, you open it and then instantly all the biscuits go off and go soft straight away.
Oh yeah.
So if you don't eat the whole thing in like a day, they're just disgusting.
Yeah, horrible.
Especially in this kitchen.
Yeah.
Oh, my nan's. She always insists on you having a biscuit as well.
But I reached down to the shiny edge of the photo that I can see poking out from between the sideboard and the edge of the fridge, and I get it. I managed to get hold of it, and I pull it up and sort of tuck it onto the inside of my cardiganed arm, my capacious cardigan sleeve, which can more than hide the width and breadth of a single photo.
Oh yeah. Definitely.
And I look at it and I see.
Oh, you're going to look?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do I see?
Right.
What do I see?
Brace yourself.
What do your elf eyes see?
Brace yourselves.
I know what she sees. Maybe I don't know.
No, I'm teasing. That's not fair. That's teasing. So it's a picture of Sarah, looking much fuller of face and figure. She looks rather pretty. You remember how lovely looking she was when she was younger.
She's always she's a good-looking girl. Good looking. Yeah.
And there's a picture of Sean smiling.
Aww.
Maybe a year ago, maybe, I'm not sure. Maybe a couple of years ago, maybe. Less silly hair, less sort of dark t-shirt, just less pasty face, less weight on him.
Happier days.
But there's a picture also there of the two other people, Angelica. Actually, no, this isn't 2 years ago. Sorry, my bad. This is like maybe 6 months.
37 years ago.
Maybe 6 months.
105 years ago.
And there's a picture of David Barber.
God. Oof.
I knew it.
The hairs are standing off my arms.
Could you give me a... Well, that was a hard spot hidden, right? You did.
Oh, yeah.
To find this paper, this thing.
Yeah.
Give me...
Oh, you are a hard taskmaster.
I think I'll give it to you for the hard spot hidden. Yeah. What's your psychology?
Thanks. Psychology is 30.
I just expressed a theory to Dom in the chat 7 minutes ago, and you might be about to prove me right.
Exciting.
Oh, it's private. So, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
your
mentioned
private
this, Dan.
theories.
No.
I haven't,
Yeah, it's...
I think you're right.
partly because of what you've experienced.
There's something about the angles and lines of David's and Angelica's bodies that suggests attraction.
Oh.
What the fuck?
Oh.
That's not nice.
Oh, no.
Oh.
That's blown my theory out of the water. Or has it? I hope it has.
That's horrible.
Oh no.
So
Okay.
you're looking at this, and then you hear this this knocking on the
Oh Christ.
on the gate in the garden, and
God.
you hear a voice, a deep, aggressive voice, saying, "What was it you said, Alicia?"
Sarah.
Yeah, Sarah.
More aggressive.
And it's such a shock. Could you give me a dexterity check?
Yes, I could give you a dexterity check. Are you taking a piss?
No, darling. Oh! It's a 0.
0, 0.
Both zeros.
So,
0, 0, 0. 0, 0, 0.
That we call that a
yeah,
100.
that's a fumble.
Yeah, it's
Tell him to fuck
I've
off.
never had one before. This is very exciting for me.
So
Just popped my cherry.
yeah, so you pop the photo up and it flies out and it lands on the table, and Sarah turns around at the sound and sees this photo come up, land on the table from out of your capacious cardigan. She looks at it and then she looks at you with hate in that split second.
Okay.
And we'll have to take a break there.
There, I'm at the gate.
Sorry about the fumble.
It's all right.
Really sorry, but like how many hundreds have we had today? 2?
There's been
And
3.
about 496s.
298,
to
296s.
Yeah, weird.
Astonishing, and a couple of really juicy low rolls. A 1,
Yeah.
a 9, and an 8. I think.
Yeah.
Nice.
And we are all using the
Nothing-
dice that Joseph sent us, right?
Yeah, right.
The heavy
Last
one.
sentence- yeah.
Yeah.
I'm using the official Paul Fricker dice. Yeah.
You could start to just whisper, as you say. You could just start to whisper the following: Ara arum ash ad ethenun ls Cthulhu Asturiel ish al het hastur ek abadur ichar no bachir fel and you've that creak is your back. It's not my stupid fucking chair.
It's my stupid fucking back.
chair. I tried oiling it today, guys, and that didn't work. So I hate it.
Sat in a pile of oil.
I love it, Jeannie, because you got it for me, but I'm stupid. I should get a new one. And this sort of Keystone Cops classic from the Apocalypse Players in slow motion occurs.